All right, there we go. Audio fixed. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Game Week. Let me fix this. Yeah, welcome to the Game Week 37 team deadline stream. I hope you're all doing well. Tiger, how are you doing? Let's have a look quickly into your team and the transfers. I think you sent it to me in terms of the latest picture, so that I can kind of understand a bit more better. Let me know. Now, I'm assuming this is your team, right? So you have two Arsenal players already, which means you can only pick one Arsenal player between Gyökeres and Trossard, if I'm not mistaken. In that case, between Gyökeres and Trossard, I probably lean towards Gyökeres. And the reasoning being because like Burnley are pretty weak when it comes to facing strikers. So, for example, this is from FPL Meerkat. This is like Burnley's goals conceded for this season. As you can see, the striker is blue. The blue dots are strikers. A lot of blue dots that Burnley have conceded. So I would lean more towards Gyökeres over Trossard in this situation. And then if you're asking whether you should take a -4, so if you did Krupi Jr. to Gyökeres, are you looking to what are you looking to do? Sell Scott or are you looking to sell Semenyo? Gyökeres does well against lower teams. Yes, I would agree with that. Which is why I don't mind you getting Gyökeres as well if you wanted to, because you have like an extra Arsenal spot available. I actually don't mind Gyökeres. Also, between Verbruggen and Darlow, I don't mind if you wanted to start Verbruggen over Darlow. I think Leeds and their chance of keeping a clean sheet might be potentially low. Selling Scott, yeah, I mean, if you're selling Scott, completely fine with you going and buying a Hinchelwood in that case. That's also fine completely. You can get like a Brighton attacker, and Hinchelwood has been on pretty good form recently. So I don't mind it at all, to be honest. Completely fine with that. For either Hinchelwood or Trossard. It'll have to be for Hinchelwood, right? Like if you went and got Gyökeres, you can't get Trossard as well, because then you'll have 4 Arsenal players. So you had to pick between Trossard or Gyökeres first. And that will kind of like, give you your answer, basically. Because you already have Gabriel and Saka. So you can go for only one more Arsenal player at best. Hinchelwood, yeah. So okay, I don't mind that. So if you want to go Hinchelwood and Gyökeres, completely fine. Both are really good options. Both are really good options. Let me move my chat over here. A bit more easier to read. Right. So while let me quickly put a poll up for captaincy this week, because captaincy is very interesting this week. Quite a few options available. Who is your captain for Game Week 37? Saka. Let me get Gyökeres' correct spelling. Victor Gyökeres. Oh, Bruno. Could there be others? Maybe there might be some Gabriels on there. But we'll see. All right. Yeah, that's the comments. Let me move the chat again. Azoha, welcome. How are you doing? I want to sell Munoz, but I can't go to Saliba. Who would you recommend? I don't mind. Are you looking for an Arsenal defender or are you looking for any defender? If you're looking for any defender, I don't mind Michael Keane. I'm also looking to sell Munoz this week, and I am looking at purchasing Michael Keane as an option. Everton could keep a clean sheet against Sunderland. So I'm hoping that he can personally. So yeah, if you want, Michael Keane is not a bad option for this week if you're looking for another defensive option. If you're looking for Arsenal defenders, and I'm assuming you already have Gabriel, right? Uh, ooh, this is where it gets tricky because if you can't get to Saliba, between Hincapi and Mosquera, trying to pick which one is actually going to start is not as easy. When Hincapi was playing against Newcastle and Man City, 34 and 33. Let me have a look. I think it was Calafiori who was injured in that situation. Arsenal's fixtures, Newcastle lineup. Yeah, Hincapi played left back. He does not play right back. He's a left-footed player. He's probably not going to be playing right back, to be honest. Yeah, I probably might lean towards Mosquera. If you, because I don't think Hincapi will be the one who starts. And with so many question marks over, I think there's a chance that Lewis Kelly could probably start left back, which could put Hincapi on the bench. So I think Mosquera might be the most likely one to play right back, to be honest, out of the Arsenal defensive options. Ben White's out. Calafiori also not available. Julian Timber also not available this week. Calafiori is not going to play right back anyways. So yeah, I probably lean towards Mosquera. Now, again, this is just a more of a punt, and we're kind of assuming that he might be available to play, as in might play, which he should, right? Because everyone else is injured, so it's probably going to be him, I think. Hincapié has never played right back before, so Mascara could go right back. Declan Rice has also played right back, so he could throw things out. Yeah, but I don't expect to see. I don't think Declan Rice will play right back again. But yeah, this is Hincapié's season heat map, and you can see he's definitely not played right back much. He's mostly a left-footed left back or left center half, if anything. Whereas if we were good to go and get Mascara, and we were to look at his season heat map, it's more of a right back spot, as you can see. So definitely going towards Mosquera in terms of if you wanted another cheaper Arsenal defender. And Nick, welcome. How are you doing? And Tin as well, welcome. Thank you. Make sure liked. Yes, thank you. If you are new, please do hit that like button. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's kind of where I would go, to be honest. And then Tiger says Hinchelwood or leave Hinchelwood. Definitely Gyökeres. Hinchelwood, I don't mind. If you want to go Hinchelwood, completely fine with that because you can bench Scott. Not bad at all. I don't mind if you want to go Hinchelwood. Send the team. Okay, let me bring it up. So Tiger's updated team is as follows. So where is Gyökeres? Wait, where's Gyökeres? Before I do my transfers. Oh, this is the team before you do your transfers. Okay. So I think Krupi can go to Gyökeres and Scott can go to Hinchelwood. And I won't mind if you started Semenyo over Bijol. Leeds have a few injury problems, so the chances of keeping a clean sheet are low. So if you wanted to start Semenyo over Bijol, completely fine as well. Shall I play Bijol? I think you could start Semenyo. I mean, you could also start Bijol over Hill as well, but Hill will get you Defcon. He will most likely get you Defcon. Oh, wait, I take it back. Because if you play Gyökeres, you have to bench one of Hill or Bijol anyways. Okay, never mind. I take it back. I forgot. you have to drop any one of your defenders to play Jokeres, right? To play a 3 striker system. I would probably lean towards benching Bijol at the moment. Because you're also buying Hinchelwood, so you kind of want Brighton to score, right? Anyways, how long till the deadline? Says I wonder. We've just started, so we have like 1 hour and 45 minutes to go. About 1 hour and 45, actually 48 minutes. 1 hour, 48 minutes to go. Ooh, captaincy is very split. Now, I wonder if that other, for anyone who put other, is that Gabriel as the captaincy? I'm assuming that's Gabriel as the captaincy. Also, please do not forget to smash the like. Thank you. Helps the YouTube algorithm. Meanwhile, I need to make some moves as well. So this is what my team is like before transfers. I was going to do Munoz out to Michael Keane to play Michael Keane over like the Crystal Palace defenders. And I was going to do Morgan Rogers to a certain Saka and probably Captain Saka as well, to be honest. Amara, welcome. How are you doing? I did Tavernier to Trossard and I will bench Bowen or Welbeck. I probably lean towards benching Bowen over Welbeck at the moment, if that is the case. I think Welbeck against Leeds, good fixture, should be good option. Like he's still pretty decent as an option. Has a good chance of scoring. I probably lean towards Welbeck in terms of starting. Freddie, how are you doing? So bench Bijol and Scott for Jokeres and Hinchelwood. Yes, that's correct. To finish higher in rank, should I cap Trossard or just cap Bruno Fernandes? My rank is 1.5 million. Ooh. I mean, if you cap Trossard, and if he does really well, then you definitely shoot up in rank. But if Bruno Fernandes also does well and you haven't kept him, you might take. See, this is a very hard one. Because this week I don't really know. I don't think Bruno Fernandes. Any points from Bruno Fernandes will necessarily tank your rank this week. I do think Bruno's. I mean, hard to say. His EO should be in the 90s. Will it go above 100? Maybe it might slightly edge over 100 in terms of his EO. So you wouldn't drop rank too much if you didn't captain him. You will boost significantly if Trossard obviously does, do well. But that requires Trossard to do really well. So it kind of depends on how you feel about Trossard. I don't mind Bruno cap as well, but yeah. All right. So these were my 2 transfers, and obviously I had this discussion throughout the week. Combe also. I think Combe was putting in ideas into my head, and it involved a certain Casemiro, a farewell tour of Casemiro for a -4. What do you guys think? Casemiro for a -4, potentially. Potentially selling Pascal Gross, I think, for Casemiro for a -4. Now, Casemiro is probably not going to be playing in Game Week 38 against Brighton, which is fine. I don't really need him for Game Week 38 anyways, because I'll have I'll probably play Bowen against Leeds 38. So yeah, what do you guys think? Freddie says, think I'm rolling this week. Have 2 free transfers in 38. I'm playing Welbeck over Hinchelwood. That's fair enough. I'm also playing Welbeck at the moment. I am deciding between Bowen and Anton Stark in terms of who to start between Bowen and Stark. Or Mara says, my team. Did you send it? Mm, 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 mm. Meanwhile, it looks like Marco Senesi is going to leave Bournemouth this season. Wonder where he's going to go and join Tennessee. Which club he's going to join, I have no idea. Will be very interested to see. All right, give me 1 second. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Team is 183. All right, let's load it up, shall we? 183, did you say? All right, 183. Here we go. I can't do Hinchelwood for Scott as I'll be in the red by 0.1. Oh my days. Then I just start Semenyo, to be honest, Tiger. I'll probably just start Semenyo over Scott in that case and not do the Hinchelwood move. Tiger says he'll join Arsenal. I don't know. Why would he join Arsenal though? Like, he's not going to start at Arsenal. If I was him, I would go somewhere where I think he has a good chance of starting. Or competing for starts at least, you know? At Arsenal, he's just not going to start. He's just going to end up being like on the bench. All right, so this is Omara's team. Just remove Tavernier for Trossard. You don't have any Gabriel as well. No Arsenal defense at all. So Trossard is in here. Probably have Trossard over Lacroix. I probably will start Casemiro as well, to be honest. So your backline will be Van Heek, Mark Guehi, Senesi, Casemiro over Bowen. Probably, right? Maybe Casemiro over Bowen. Worth bringing in Doku as a punt. Ooh, I would be careful with some City options this week, to be honest. The reason I'm a bit careful with City options is because they have the FA Cup final. Now, Doku I think should start against Bournemouth. And I was looking at their chances considered for Bournemouth. I do think they were kind of weak on Doku's side. Where was it? Here we go. Yeah, I mean, they are pretty weak from the left, Bournemouth. So I actually don't mind if you wanted to punt on Doku. He should start against Bournemouth. I won't be surprised. Like, I think he should start. I think the biggest problem right now is to Cherky and even sometimes Semenyo because of Phil Foden being back. Phil Foden and Marmoush being back does cause a few issues to Cherky and Semenyo's minutes. But Doku on the form, I don't mind it. It's just that FA Cup is before the Bournemouth fixture, so we don't know what's going to happen in the FA Cup. Arsenal will win, but they will concede. Fair enough. Fair enough. Could you check out my team? 29 in your league. All right, let's load it up. Muhin, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Welcome. 29. G. Here we go. So sub Bijol and Brennan Semenyo for Scott and Yokeres for Krupi Jr. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. I want to start Lacroix over Tennessee. You want to start Lacroix over Tennessee? Okay, I don't mind that as well. If you wanted to, not against it. And then this is G's team. 2 free transfers, 0.3 million needed recommendations. Palmer to Saka, maybe, and start Joe Pedro. You could also actually bring in Gyökeres as well if you really wanted to. Do you? Is it possible for you to even do Calvert-Lewin to, for example, Gyökeres and Palmer to Saka? I don't think so, right? I don't think you have the budget for that. That's probably a bit too expensive, maybe. Palmer is how much? 10.3. Yeah, no. Okay, you can't do Gyökeres as well. My bad, I take it back. Maybe Palmer to Saka. And you could even do Tavernier to Trossard as well as another option if you really wanted to. Iliman Ndiaye is also not too bad for Everton this week against Sunderland. What do you think about Beto? Beto is also not too bad. Beto is also not a bad option. Over Gyökeres, I think Gyökeres still has the higher potential for points this week. But I don't mind Beto as well. Sunderland, if this is Sunderland, yeah, this is Sunderland and their chances conceded. They are quite weak to strikers as well. So I actually don't mind Beto as well, to be honest. Becky, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Damn, double game week was sad. Please don't remind me about it. I don't think so. Maybe Palmer to Saka. Yeah, Palmer to Saka. We all know Casemiro is 100% scoring, says MFZ. Well, MFZ, I mean, I am in the punty territory for a -4 of bringing in Casemiro for one last song. What do you? I think you will definitely be like, do it, do it, do it. But yeah. Tiago says, can you do Calvert-Lewin to Tiago? I don't mind Calvert-Lewin to Tiago. I actually don't mind starting Joe Pedro against Spurs this week. And then Sunderland as well, weak to strikers. It's just that, yes, it's Chelsea. They're not playing that well. You never know what's going to happen. But I actually don't mind playing Joe Pedro against Spurs. Foden or Turkey, says Krish. Foden or Turkey to buy. Ideally to buy, I think I might avoid both. But if you really want, I probably might avoid both. Damn, that's actually a hard one. I actually probably would avoid both. Because I don't really know who's gonna start. Especially given the FA Cup final before this Bournemouth game. I can't really tell you exactly who's gonna start. I also have Turkey personally, and I'm hoping he starts. But I can't he probably should start. It's just that his minutes might be an issue. And I think his minutes and Foden's minutes both are very questionable. Which defender that's not Arsenal is worth it this week? Well, I'm going for Michael Keane from Sunderland. I'm not from Everton. Because I think Everton's chances of keeping a clean sheet are also not too bad this week. Apart from that, I would just probably go looking for DEFCON defenders personally. Even the most DEFCON of DEFCON defenders in Bournemouth are playing Man City, so that's a slight tough one. I think Brighton is not too bad defensively. Leeds have a few injury problems at the moment. So I don't know what exactly to expect from Leeds. I wouldn't mind Brighton too much. Like Maxim De Kruijper should play again. Is De Kruijper listed as a defender? Yeah, De Kruijper I think should play again this week against Leeds. So he's actually not a bad shout if anyone's looking for an extreme differential as well. So that's just the one to consider as well, to be honest, if you guys wanted. Maybe I should go for him over Michael Keane. Nah, I'm okay. I'll probably try Keane and see how it goes. I can't do Thiago. Thiago is 7.3 unless I sell Joao Pedro. If you sold Joao Pedro, then you could probably go to Gyökeres as well, right? Can you? Or can't you? Up to you if you really wanted to sell Joao Pedro, though. Otherwise, I would probably even do Tavernier to Trossard or a Tavernier to a Hinchelwood from Brighton. I've just realized you don't have any Brighton options. Tavernier to Hinchelwood, even Calvert-Lewin to Danny Welbeck. I don't really mind too much, but maybe Hinchelwood might be slightly better at the moment based on his form. Cap Trossard or Bruno. Between Trossard and Bruno, I'm more leaning towards Bruno Fernandes because he needs to break this assist record. If he's going to do it, it has to be against Forest. If he's going to do the assist record, to be honest, Gyökeres is 9. Oh yes, and Joe Pedro is like 7 something. No, okay, never mind. You can't do Gyökeres. You could do Thiago though. I don't mind if you wanted to sell Joe Pedro to Thiago. You have 3 Brighton players. Oh, you have Gomez. Maybe you should do Gomez to Hinchelwood instead, to be honest, and bench Tavernier. That might be another option. Or even Gomez, or like again, like Tavernier to Trossard as well for another third Arsenal option is not too bad as well. Iliman Ndiaye, like I said as well, from Everton, again, not too bad. Kadioglu, is Kadioglu in the defense for Brighton? Yeah, Kadioglu is also not too bad. But De Kuyper takes corners. That's the thing. Maxim De Kuyper takes corners on one side, while Gross takes it from the other side. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I'm thinking of getting rid of Semenyo for Hinchelwood for a -4. Getting rid of Semenyo for Hinchelwood for a -4. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if you wanted to do it. Would I necessarily do it? Because Semenyo is also still a good player. If you really wanted to, yeah, I'm not against it. But I think Semenyo is still a pretty good option to keep. That you don't really need to remove him for Hinchelwood for a -4. But if you think Hinchelwood is going to score, then yeah, because of the assist record, yeah, bench Welbeck or Bowen. Probably Bowen. I'd start Welbeck against Leeds. I have Szoboszlai in my midfield. Don't mind it at all. Good option this week. Good option. Should have got points last week, to be honest. It's unlucky that you didn't get any points with Szoboszlai last week. All right. I can do Palmer to Saka, Joe Pedro to Thiago, and Tavernier to Ndiaye for a -4. Ooh. Palmer to Saka, Joe Pedro to Thiago, which will start Thiago over potentially Calvert-Lewin this week. And then you'd start Tav to Ndiaye. Actually, no, you might start Calvert-Lewin over Lacroix this week, won't you? Would you? I don't know. Would you start Calvert-Lewin over Lacroix? I don't mind that. Don't mind it for a -4 if you're feeling it. That's only if you think Iliman Ndiaye can do well as well. Side, welcome. How are you doing? The only thing I'll mention, G, with Thiago is that the fixtures are not necessarily the easiest. Obviously, Brentford actually, Crystal Palace this week is pretty good. It's just Liverpool next week. But then again, Liverpool defense is not also very solid. Yeah, I don't mind. Thiago, to be honest. Probably a 3-4-3 this week. So Gabriel, O'Reilly, Van Heck with Bruno Fernandes, Saka, Cherky, and Iliman Ndiaye, Calvert-Lewin, Haaland, and Thiago. Yeah, don't mind that. Said, welcome. Hope you're good. Drewsbury Hall in for Mitoma and Captain Saka for me. Yeah, not too bad in terms of moves. Those are also pretty good. It's one of those hunches that I pick up. Then go for it. If you think if it's one of those hunches, go for it. Trust your gut. It's 2 game weeks left. To be honest, 2 game weeks left. Trust your gut. If your gut is telling you to go and do a move, do it. Do it if you think it's gonna do something. Like if you think it's gonna work, do it. Uh, all right. Uh, All right. So I think for me as well, I'm happy to do Casemiro. Hey, my season's already over. I don't really have much to play for my season. So thanks for the review. You are welcome. I'll do a minus now. Okay, no problem. So my season is already over. So I'm also happy to do a -4, to be honest. I'm not against it at all. Casemiro, one lost Swang Song, and a Bruno Fernandes cross to Casemiro header for equaling the assist record. I am picturing it in my mind. I don't know if it'll happen. But yeah, I will do it. I'd get Casemiro. There we go. Okay. That's the confirmation biases I need. -4 confirmed. Done. The moves are done. No change in it now. Who was I going to bench? I think I'd probably bench Anton Stark. I think. What do you think, guys? Do you think this benching order is correct? I probably think I will. I'll probably captain Saka. Vice captain Bruno Fernandes this week. What do we think? Good captaincy. Good benching order. Or should I start Anton Stark over Bowen? Should I bench Roden or play Van? I'm assuming that's Van Heck for double defense on Brighton with Verbruggen. Yes. Should I play bench Roden and play Van Heck for double defense on Brighton with Verbruggen? Ooh. Hmm. Yeah, I expect Brighton to score against Leeds. So I would probably I don't mind benching Roden for Van Heck. If you're expecting Brighton to score, I'm expecting Brighton to score. At least I hope so because I have freaking Danny Welbeck as well. So I'm hoping that sorry, not Roden, I mean Bijol. Same. Although Bijol has actually been getting points recently. So it's a bit more slightly different when you compare him to Van Heck. Leeds, their final fixture at home. Hmm. That is a more 50-50 because Bijol has been getting some points recently, which I don't mind actually having him. So if you wanted to play Bijol as well, I actually don't mind it. It's Leeds' final fixture. Will they keep a clean sheet? Very unlikely, to be honest. I expect like Brighton have got to go for it. Thoughts on Everton versus Sunderland? Thinking of Welbeck to Bijol. Welbeck to Bijol? You mean like you're selling Welbeck to get Bijol or Welbeck to Beto? Oh, Welbeck to Beto. Welbeck to Beto. Welbeck to Beto is okay if you wanted to do it, but I think Welbeck is also good. I wouldn't necessarily have want to go and sell Welbeck. I think Welbeck should start the next two. Beto, although, will probably get an attack in return in the next two because Sunderland and Spurs are still pretty good fixtures attacking wise. But this is your wild card, right? So on a wild card, depends. Are you looking for differentials? I mean, Welbeck is also a pretty good differential, to be honest. But if I take Ruby Jr. out for Beto, then Scott for Hinshelwood will work. That is true. I guess it depends on how confident you feel about Gyökeres and Gyökeres returning, Tiger. I don't have any of them mentioned in your poll. Haaland captain says Octavius. Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't. Haaland captain against Bournemouth. Good work. Good work. Interesting that you don't have any Arsenal players or Bruno Fernandes. Fair enough. Haaland captaincy should be very interesting. Actually, I haven't thought about. I guess that would explain the other having a few votes as well. So I was thinking it was initially like a Gabriel, but Haaland also probably can come into that. Uh, Rhea, Gabriel, Trossard, vice captain. Fair. So mine Trossard, vice captain. Do you have the goals returns table and defense contributions table? You mean the odds? Is that what you're asking for? Let me bring it up. Are you looking for 2 game weeks or just this game week? Actually, you know what? Let me bring up both game weeks, and then you can kind of decide over the next 2 game weeks instead. I'm assuming you are looking for this stop and time. I'm playing my bench boost game week 38. Bench boost in game week 38. Yep. Fair. What's your team looking like this week though for a bench boost? I mean, you could bench boost this week as well if you really wanted to be honest. It's not a bad option this week. Just this game week? Okay. I guess this is there. Actually, you know what? I can just show you the bigger one instead. Here's your bigger one. Now that leads me back to Becky. Wilson, I have thought on the replacement. The replacement will be benched to save for game week 38. Okay. Fair enough. Fair. Russell, how are you doing? Semi-final deadline incoming? Yes, indeed. 2 more deadlines, and then I can stop thinking about FPL and just wipe the slate clean. Like this season never happened. Just wipe the slate clean, like it never happened. And then focus on next season's FPL instead. But before that, hopefully there's a World Cup fantasy. Otherwise, we'll just have like normal World Cup content and watch longs and everything. I could get Gyökeres in for Haaland this game week. Nah, I'd keep Haaland. I would keep Haaland and get Gyökeres together as well. Bilal, how are you doing? Brentford, Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal. If you're looking for goals, yes, that is kind of where it is. Trooper Jr. might score. He might. He is on pens. Again, this goes back to what does your gut tell you? Although I think Haaland is still a pretty good option, Tiger. Not gonna lie. Bilal's gone the entire season with changed name as the name for his team. 250 in the league. Do I bench boost now? How many free transfers do you have? You have to solve the Anderson issue, Bilal. You might need to solve this Anderson issue, sadly. Sadly, he went and got sent off, which was a bit of a pain. Maybe you can go and get like a Michael Keane or something. My name was, that name got kicked. Burnley playing Wolves next game week, going for Fleming or Anthony will be vice. Yeah, I don't mind it. I myself, like, that's a 1 week punt. I was looking at Jadon Anthony because I think my front three was okay for next week. So Jadon Anthony was definitely on my mind. But either Zian Fleming or Anthony is not a bad shout next week. Uploaded second wildcard. Let's have a look. Shall we? This is Becky's. What do I do and bench boost? I have 5 transfers. 5 transfers. Ooh, so you can look at Becky's wildcard as well to get an idea of some of the players that you can have a look at. Rhea, Verbruggen, Guehi, Gabriel, Taco, Senesi, Maxim, De Kruiper, Bruno, Trossard, Doku, Hinshelwood, Bruno G, Ursula, Beto, and Haaland. Actually, not too bad. No Saka, but it is fine. Differential. This is a very differential one. So I'm assuming. Wait, who is your 5th? Are you benching Bruno G this week? Or what's the play, Becky? Overall, pretty good team. Not gonna lie. Overall, it's a pretty good team. Osula is a very nice punt as well, given his current form. And then we go back to this is Bilal. You said you have 5 transfers. So Anderson to an Everton defender. I would also maybe get rid of Munoz and even Lacroix if you really wanted to. Could we get rid of Munoz and Lacroix? Maybe just Munoz. Maybe Munoz to who could we go for? You could go Munoz to De Kruijper, to be honest. Um, Anderson to like Michael Keane or Tarkowski, and up to you if you wanted to keep Eze or you wanted to go to like a Saka instead. Lacroix. I mean, Lacroix is okay to keep for now. Can probably sell him next week, but for bench boost this week against Brentford, might get you some defcon. Won't keep you a clean sheet though. But I mean, there aren't that many solid defensive options as well, apart from some of the Arsenal players. So I don't mind that. My last game week, but I got as many Arsenal AGM next week. Fair enough. Surely Bruno will have 3 assists, right? I'm thinking of giving him the armband. I mean, if you want, yeah, I don't mind Bruno as well as the armband. I also been thinking of between Bruno and Saka. I've kind of been tossing and turning because if Bruno Fernandes has to break the assist record, he needs 2 assists, right? He needs minimum of 2 assists. Can he? If he gets a minimum of 2 assists in this Forest game, we are looking at what 6 points, 2 points for playing, 8 points. Probably ends up on triple bonus as well. So we're looking at a minimum of 11 points just from 2 assists. I mean, I'll take 11 points. The question is, can Saka get more than 11? Saka could also end up with like 2 points, where he just creates everything, but he's assisting the assister or something. Transfer Haaland. I don't think I would transfer Haaland though still. Luca, welcome. I'm chasing rank. 2 free transfers, 1.8 million in the bank. Thoughts on selling Joe Pedro? Thoughts on selling Joe Pedro for Gyökeres and Lacroix for Keane. Joe Pedro for Gyökeres, Lacroix for Keane. Don't mind. Completely fine with that. I can't sell Calvert-Lewin for Gyökeres. Also, should I start Keane over Van Heck? Keane over Van Heck. Well, if you're starting Calvert-Lewin, yeah, I don't mind starting Keane over Van Heck in that case. Bilal says Trossard. Ooh. Many punts bench, but benching is hard. 3-4-3, 3-5-2. Gabriel, Tarkowski, and De Kruijper this week. Play the entire front 5 with Haaland and Beto up front. But Osula against West Ham is also not too bad. If you played a 3-4-3 though, who would you bench? Doku? Surely not. I'd probably play a 3-5-2 and bench Osula. I mean, on a wildcard, you're expected to have like some pretty good options, to be honest. So it's going to be hard anyways on a wildcard. What about Tarkowski? I don't mind Tarkowski if you want to go Tarkowski. If you have the budget, that is 1 to even, 2 to break. Yes, for the assist record, 1 to even, 2 to break. Munoz, Anderson, and Eze out. De Kruijper, Tarkowski, and Trossard in. Yeah, that's fine. Which will leave you with 2 free transfers, and then next week you'll have 1 more extra, so 3 free transfers to take 3 punts. You could bench boost. I mean, you could even spend another transfer to get rid of Lacroix as well. But in that situation, I don't really know. I don't know who I would suggest to bring in as another defender, to be honest, in that specific situation. You could go with a Fulham player, but will they keep a clean sheet? Hard to say, to be honest. Completely hard to say. Could go with another Everton player as well, but that is your decision to make if you really wanted to keep Lacroix. It's more likely you just keep Lacroix and hope he gets DEFCON. If anything, I think. Not guaranteed to get DEFCON, but yeah. I mean, you could sell Lacroix to someone else. Who else actually could you end up going for? I don't. Hard to say. There are, I mean, kind of mixed bag of options. You could go Maguire. against Forest. That's also not too bad. It's just that don't expect Manchester United to keep a clean sheet, is what I would say. So that is again another DEFCON. Feels like a kind of a wait. Like you just maybe keep Lacroix potentially. Keep Lacroix, sell Lacroix, keep Lacroix. Yeah, you could if you wanted to keep Lacroix. 6.6 million, so decent bench boost team now. Yeah, now you have a decent bench boost team. Drewsbury Hall or DCL? Probably Drewsbury Hall. Drewsbury Hall. -4 for Saka and Thiago. Yeah, I don't mind. Do not mind at all. I can get Saliba or Keane. You can't get Saliba or Keane. I mean, you can get Keane. You can't get Saliba. You already have triple up on Arsenal if you end up going Trossard as well. Unless you went Saliba and instead of doing the Eze to Trossard, you went and got a different midfielder. You could do Lemonenda, you could do Sabosla, you could do Casemiro, you could do who else? Midfielders. Sabosla, Casemiro, Lemonenda. I mean Hinchelwood as well, but you already have triple up on Brighton. No, you don't. Oh, you do have triple up on Brighton because you went for Maxim de Kruijper. Bruno G maybe against West Ham as well is another midfielder option. And that's probably it. I'm not sure on Gyökeres says Tiger. If you're not sure on Gyökeres, then keep Krupi Jr. then. And then you can still get your Hinchelwood, right? I've already done it. Wait, what did you... Okay, what are the moves you ended up doing? Dalot or Maguire? Maguire, probably. Because Defcon, set piece threat, and at this moment, feels like he has a higher chance of starting both games, whereas Dalot, I don't know if he'll get rested another game as well. And they give Mazraoui another, like the game week 38, Mazraoui ends up playing or something. Keane then or someone else. Is Keane better than Tarkowski? No, I think Taco is still better. It's just that I couldn't afford Taco, so I went for Keane. And also, I suggest Keane over Taco because I think both of them are very close to getting like DEFCON numbers. Both of them are close on DEFCON. And it's just that because Keane is so much more cheaper than Tarkowski, that extra money can be used in like attack or something. Is Munoz convert out for Keane and Maguire a good one? Yeah, don't mind. I just Crystal Palace are just pretty bad. Don't like Crystal Palace. Wish I never had any Crystal Palace at this point on my wildcard. So many regrets. It is what it is. I think Keane or Van Dijk. If I'm transferring, I probably you already went and got De Kruijper, right? I probably go Keane in that case. All right. So play Captain Bruno Fernandes or Captain Saka. What to do? Bruno Fernandes, 90-minute player, has to break assist record, which means he needs to get at least one assist. Saka, probably a 60-minute player for this game week against Burnley. In 60 minutes, can he get a goal and an assist? What do we think? Rohan, welcome. How are you doing? I'm going to do Hinchelwood for Scott and Gyökeres for Joe Pedro from a minus. Okay. Fair enough. Rohan, how are things going? Welcome. So, what do we think, lads? Saka or Bruno Fernandes? So many questions on the captaincy. I don't know who to go for. They're both very close. Even if I was to look at expected points, this is the expected points of the... So I did my moves and I put it in here. Saka 6.6 expected points. Bruno Fernandes 6.1. Very close. Even on expected points. I'm going to do Hinchelwood for Scott and Gyökeres for Joe Pedro for a minus. Okay, then I can put captaincy on Gyökeres. Yeah. Not Haaland for captaincy. No, because Bournemouth is a bit more harder, right, in terms of fixture. That's kind of why I'm like not Haaland. Although Haaland is expected the same amount of points as um, Bruno Fernandes at the moment. I've shared my team on X. Let me load it. All right, I've got it. Essentially one team though. What happened to the other team? All right, this is from Rohan. Rufus, O'Reilly, Malik Chow, Gabriel, Drewsbury Hall, Saab, Bruno, Saka, Semeno, Gyökeres, Watkins, Joe Pedro, Dubravka, Van Dijk, and Mukiele. Ooh, interesting. Who to start? I'd probably start Joe Pedro over Ismail Sarr this week. I don't know how Ismail Sarr's minutes are going to be, personally. So I don't mind Joe Pedro over Sarr. Van Dijk, yeah, you could probably bench Van Dijk if you really wanted to. Not against it. The rest of the team looks fine. Bruno captaincy, I guess it's okay. Look at bench who'd start. Yeah, so I think only Joe Pedro over Sarr is what I can think of. I'm a captain Prasad, says Becky. Ooh, brave call. Very, very brave call. I'm not going to stop you if you think he's going to do well. See, with 2 game weeks to go, I'm going to be encouraging everyone. If you guys want to take punts, I will encourage you all to take punts with 2 game weeks to go. Because anything can happen. Like, it's just now we're into that part of the season where it's just like a gut call and you kind of want to have fun and as well. Thoughts on Calafiori? I will not go and buy him if I was you. Uncertainty on whether he's going to start or not. Not worth buying. Personally, Captain Bruno safe bet. Thinking of Gyökeres. Don't mind Gyökeres for armband. Pretty good option this week. Do I buy Saliba or buy Gyökeres? Between Saliba and Gyökeres, I lean towards Gyökeres just because the ceiling is much more higher with Gyökeres than it is with Saliba. Flip says Flipication. Welcome as well to the football Chatbox. Which Arsenal defender outside of Gabriel and Saliba? So we had this discussion and we ended up with Mosquera as the safest pick in terms of most likely to start, given that Arsenal currently don't have a right back. We came up with the fact that Mosquera is probably the safest option at the moment in terms of we probably expect him to start. Just have fun. The only time when it doesn't matter when rank is out of the question, especially with generous funds, limited choices, and wildcard. Yep, agreed. Do-do-do-do. All right. Any further questions, people? How's everyone's teams looking like? I wonder what the cup update is. Russell, are you still in the cup? Oh, Russell has made it to the semi-finals. Well done, Russell. Well done. Into the semi-finals you go. Playing Riyadh. And then Kunal and William are in the other semi-final pairing. Um, for this game week, Bournemouth has a big chance for Champions qualification is on the cards. City looks in danger. Well, I mean, Bournemouth with Champions League qualification, Manchester City with league title still in the cards as well. It's going to be a very tough game. That one going to be very close. Do I sell strike for Luis Potter? Then play KLP over Van Heck. Play Luis Potter over Van Heck. Mm, no, I might just play Van Heck. There's always a chance that Crystal Palace can score right against Brentford. There's definitely that chance. Will, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. And then Russell, yes, Russell's into the semi-final against Riyadh. So it should be a very interesting competition there. Am I in the cup? No. It's only these four left. Andy, welcome. How are you doing? You are in the cup? No, not this cup. You're still doing it. What? I don't understand those numbers, Russell. I did not agree to any of that. um, all you get is humble bragging rights. In good Saka Cup. Oh, which cup is that? Up to 9th in the mini league. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Where are you? Oh no, yeah, at the moment 10th. But you're like 2 points off. Thinking strike to keen makes the most sense. I don't mind strike to keen. Do not mind strike to keen at all. Chat kicked me out of the cup. I did not kick you out of the cup. I didn't kick you over any cup. Was the shot? Or did I beat you in the cup? Or that might be a different story. That could be a possibility. I might bring Fleming in Game Week 38. Don't mind that as well. Strike to keen. Yeah. Fair. A lot of people are going for Everton defense. I myself have already gone and got Michael Keane in. So a Michael Keane goal will be very much appreciated. Thank you very much. But yeah, strike to Keane is completely fine. Critical matches for Champions League qualifications, anything could be possible. Yep, I fully agree. Which is why Brighton also still a good option because it's between Brighton and Bournemouth, right? Most likely. Brentford's chances of finishing sixth are a bit more slim. I'm killing it in draft night. To end up on top points. Mr. Nobody is a good player. Mr. Nobody, I don't know if he's still in the chat. MFZ, I think that's you, Mr. Nobody. MFZ, are you still in chat? He must have been. He was in chat earlier, MFZ. I don't know if he's disappeared. He might come back again later. But yeah, he was in chat earlier, Andy. Bruno G, if there's a wildcard happening, get him. Well, there is a wildcard happening, and that is from Becky, and Becky already has Bruno G in there. Watkins is okay for Liverpool. Sell after this, yes, but please don't go and buy. Please do not go and buy. What the shot says, Russell. One day maybe if this channel ends up on like 100k subs, then we could think of like prizes for the mini leagues. Well, not 100k subs. We need. I mean, even if we ended up like 5-digit subs, and the channel was earning some income, then we could think of like small prizes for the mini leagues. But at the moment, it's very hard to give any prizes for the mini leagues when I'm not earning any income from the channel. I mean, there are a few times we get super chats, and I'm very grateful to everyone who's given a super chat this season. It's just that I need like a decent, consistent source of income to be able to put a pretty good price for a mini league. I was thinking of doing one this season, a price for a mini league, but then I decided maybe okay, well, one more season, give it one more season, and then try and grow the channel a bit more. Because I was thinking like to have like a members area mini league as well. The YouTube members area mini league, and hope that would have ideally funded both the normal mini league and the YouTube members area mini league prizes potentially, but kind of decided against it. Was like, okay, maybe let's grow the channel a bit more and then see how we are come start of next season. And then at the start of next season, if we're in a better position, then yeah, you could do one where everyone then that joins pays pound one or something. Not sure how you'd organize it. Ooh, a cash cup. Oh, that's a bit hard to. The thing with the cash cup is it's a bit hard to organize. That's the like if I am in one which Roy organizes as part of like Roy. You guys would have seen Roy on the podcast as well, but that's because like all the people are in the same country. When you get into situations where it's like different countries and everything, it's a bit more harder. Like different currencies and whatnot, not as easy. Fan picked voting FPL team that we could do next season. Yes, fan pick voting we can do. You could do not sure. Yeah. Hawk2 and Zebe, welcome, and K7 as well. Welcome. How are you guys doing? How should I do Semenyo to Turkey to free up money for the next transfer? Also, should I take -4 for DCL to Gyökeres? Will captain Gyökeres? Semenyo to Turkey. I don't know if I would go there anymore because I just don't know if Turkey is also going to be like how many minutes he'll play with Phil Foden and Marmoush and all back in contention. So I probably wouldn't do Semenyo to Turkey unless you wanted to go Semenyo to. Uh, I mean, you can go Semenyo to like Endai or Bruno Jimenez, something like that, if you really wanted to. How much is Turkey? Turkey is 6.6. Yeah, Bruno G as well, I think, and Element Endai are also very similar prices, right? K7, how's the team looking like? Will says, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, is the cash league is a bit more harder, to be honest. Doku too is still a good pick. Yeah, I don't mind Doku. The menu is a whole too. Yeah, I think if you just keep the city players if you have, unless you really wanted to free up funds, then yeah. But yeah, Captain Gyökeres, I don't mind that well. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like next season, maybe we do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the after World Cup content and everything, how the channel is looking like, and we'll see whether we do a YouTube members area mini league. And if we do a YouTube members area mini league, that will definitely have a prize. And then it depends on how that turns up, will kind of decide whether the normal mini league can also have a prize. It just depends on the intake of the YouTube members. But if we do end up giving the normal mini league a prize as well, then I have to close the mini league after a certain game week because we don't want someone coming in game week 38 and winning the prize, right? Thanks, mate. We'll probably keep Semenyo then. Only wanted to do that move to facilitate Gyökeres move, but I want at least one city midfielder. Yep, fair enough. Everyone will help if you can. Yeah, that's true. I mean, at the moment, everyone who's just watching and liking and commenting and everything, that itself is massive because that itself helps the YouTube algorithm for the channel to go more. Actually, you know what? Next season, I should promote it a bit more because I went and enabled it in the settings as well. There is this option for hype. I don't know if you guys have it in your countries. Some of you might have that feature. Some of you might not have that feature. It's definitely free, I think. It's basically called hype. There should be a button, and basically what it does, it allows you to hype a video, and that would make the video be boosted a bit more on I think everyone like other people will see the video a bit more when you hype it. That is how I think it works, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find it for you guys on a video. I don't think you can do it on a live stream. I think it has to be on a normal video. So basically, any of the recorded videos we do for the World Cup or FPL videos as well, feel free to go and hype it up. So if I can't even find it. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. Honestly, hard to say. Maybe it's on the. I definitely saw it on a PC. On my phone, it's not appearing. So you guys will have to check. Maybe it's on the PC and not the phone. If you're on your desktop, maybe you might be able to see it. Bench boost was successful. 20 points. Wow, 20 points bench boost. That's pretty good. I'd take that. That is pretty successful. Trossard captain says Nehal. not against it. Gyökeres may not get 90. I feel like we can't be certain of any of the Arsenal attackers or midfielders getting 90 minutes against Burnley. I think at best, be happy with like 60 to 70 minutes from any of the Arsenal attackers, midfielders that you're buying. Be happy with 60 to 70 minutes against Burnley. And just hope that they've done the business in that 60 to 70 minutes. It's a shame you need to hype because you real G, right? Anyway, well, I mean, smaller channels, you have to kind of hype it to get into that algorithm, right? In pretending last week didn't happen. Got 17 points on my bench boost with Bogle missing out. Could have been a better. Damn. Saka will get 65. Yeah, I mean, if you get six, this is why I'm still thinking of captaining Bruno Fernandes over Saka. But I think maybe in 65 minutes, he should have done a lot of damage, right? Hopefully. I'm already excited for next season's FPL. Same. So that I can forget this season's FPL. But yeah. 70 points is pretty good. Neha, well done, well done. 1-2 bench between Welbeck, Cherky, Bruno G. You can't be. Oh, Bruno G. Hinchelwood. Ooh. Welbeck, Cherky, Bruno G, and Hinchelwood. That is actually a much more harder situation because all four of them could equally deliver. I would initially say Bruno G, but that's because I think Leeds are having some injury problems and I expect them to do well. If I was to look at the teams, so Bruno G expected points is 4.41 this week. How much is Welbeck? Welbeck 4.46. Hinchelwood. Is Hinchelwood less than Welbeck? Where is the search? So, Bruno G here is 4.41. Cherky 3.98. Hinchelwood is even lower, which is pretty surprising. 3.76. So it's saying to bench Hinchelwood out of the lot. Which one are you leaning towards, Nehal? Abahas, welcome. How are you doing? Is it worth burning 2 free transfers to get Saka? I have Gyökeres, Gabriel. I can get to Trossard or Mosquera in one move, but not to Saka. What is the moves? So if you do get to Saka, who is your other player you're bringing in? Like who's the other player you're getting? Brighton don't have an easy game. They don't. That I would say is yes. Welbeck on current form was my first choice to bench, but Leeds have one too many injuries. Yes, that's the thing. That's why I would start your Brighton attack. Random question: is there a fantasy for FIFA World Cup? I do not know at the moment. Nothing has been advertised. They've always had one, so I'm gonna hope they have one again this season. I mean, this World Cup they've had for the last couple of World Cups that I can remember. So I'm hoping there is one for this World Cup as well. We'll see. Hopefully there will be one. If there is, we will most definitely be doing content on it. Triple cap Haaland took me to 85 points total. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Hinchelwood is always less on Solio because historical minutes are low because he did not start the middle part. Ah, that's why. Okay, so you kind of have to boost it up a bit more. Think of him as like a 4 point something as well. I would. It's probably for me between Bruno G and Cherky. Welbeck and Cherky between you. So should we bench Cherky? But Cherky is the creator for. So hard to say. Like, I mean, I feel like you're gonna be benching points from one of them, anyways. You're probably going to be benching some level of points somewhere. So you'll have to just accept this week that you're benching points. Sent him my reverse team. All right, let me bring it up. This is Tiger's new updated team. Van Dijk, Gabriel Hill, Drewsbury Hall, Hinchelwood, Bruno Fernandes with the armband, Saka, Gyökeres, Haaland, and Krupi Jr. Ooh. Wait, so you're set on the Bruno Fernandes captaincy, Tiger. When's your next live stream? Next live stream will be Tuesday for team selection. Tuesday, yes, Tuesday for team selection stream. And then we might do a watch along for this game. Depending on what happens between Newcastle and West Ham, we may or may not do a watch along to see what happens between Chelsea and Spurs. But yeah, overall team is not too bad. I'd still like to start Semenyo, but I just don't know who I would. But you have a gut feeling on Krupi, right? So fair enough. Semenyo to Saka and Enzo to Wilson to get to Saka. But I can do Tavernier to Trossard or Enzo to Semenyo or Enzo Semenyo to Rice. I don't mind Tavernier to Trossard in that case. Semenyo to Saka is okay. Semenyo is still a good option, but yeah, I don't mind. Enzo to Wilson. You could even do Enzo to Ilaman and Die or even KDH maybe from Everton as well, I think. Benchy Chucky then. YOLO Chucky will have some minutes in the final. Could be leggy. True. What do you think about my captaincy? I don't mind it. Bruno Fernandes. Go on. Assist record. I'm still toying between Bruno and Saka. I'm just like thinking whether Saka in like 65 minutes or something can get a goal and assist. I don't know. I said my team, but I'd say you knew Watkins would score. Who would you bench? Give me a minute. All right, send it over. Gotta hit the gym. All right. Good luck on the game week. Best of luck. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wish you the best as well, Nehal. And best of luck on your workout. All right. This is Andy's team. Wait, Andy, why is Watkins on the bench? You just told me Watkins is going to score. I can move Enzo any mid under 6 million. Any mid under 6 million, you say? Where is my... Give me a second, Andy. I'll quickly get back to you. Are you interested in a Casemiro punt for one game week? Actually, no, that's not. I wouldn't recommend that. I've just done it for vibes. But actually, maybe Drewsbury Hall is actually not too bad, to be honest. Drewsbury Hall, if you really were not going to start him this week, then Jaden Anthony is a good one to get for next week. But otherwise, Drewsbury Hall also not too bad. City is all or nothing this week. Yes, indeed. Sent and no, I can't play Watkins. So Tuesday is a live stream. Yes. No, but I have to bench Watkins with this team, don't I? Yeah. I mean, it's between Watkins and Szoboszlai, to be honest. If you're going for vibes, I'd punt on Trossard instead of Saka. Then do it. I don't mind Trossard. But the thing is, I've kind of gone this week with Arsenal options. Trying to pick the correct attacker is going to be a huge guesswork. The thing is, if you look at the data that we have, the striker and the right winger should generally do well for Arsenal against Burnley, but then Burnley just tend to concede quite a lot anyways, regardless. So, and Trossard does occupy a very central role compared to usual left wingers, doesn't he? Szoboszlai and pens and free kicks. That is true. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Is this Andy's team? Yes, this is Andy's team. 163 in your league. I'm cooked, overslept last game week and missed the deadline, so didn't activate triple captain on Haaland. So now I have a bench boost and triple captain left. Oh my days. Okay, we'll have a look at your team. Give me a few minutes. Captain Gabriel. Nah, yeah, but nah, go for an attacker. Unless you're really looking to protect rank, I'd go for an attacker. Yeah. Welcome, top 20k, Gameweek 37. Congrats on top 20k. Webrugan, O'Reilly, Gabriel Keane, Pascal Gross, Bruno Fernandes, Saka, Semenyo, Joe Pedro, Haaland, Calvert-Lewin. Bench is Darlow, Tavernier, Van Heck, Lacroix, and 1.1 million in the bank, one free transfer. Webrugan, O'Reilly, Gabriel Keane, Pascal Gross, Bruno, Saka, Semenyo, JP, Haaland, PCL. Nothing really in that team that requires a transfer to be done. I think you can just roll that team and play two free transfers in Game Week 38 as two punts on 38. But I think overall that team is pretty good for this week. No, I mean you could spend another transfer to get a third Arsenal player, but the only one I can think of is like Joe Pedro to Gyökeres. But even then, Joe Pedro against Spurs is not a bad fixture as well. Gabby will get the minutes. Yes, that's true. Tavernier to Trossard or Enzo to Rice? Tavernier to Trossard. Did you see my team, says Topantine? Did you message it to me? If you didn't, I probably haven't seen it yet. No, Topantine. Oh, you sent it. Yes, you did message it to me. Let me load it up. Okay, so I have Topantines and I need to load up. I need to load up Ivaners as well. 163, you said. Okay, that's Ivaners as well. All right. We'll start with Ivaner first, and then we'll go to Topantine. Bench one of DCL, Semenyo, Enzo. Given currently Leeds and their injury issues, I'll probably lean towards DCL for the moment. Thanks. I think after the week, it was Rice I should have benched, which sounds crazy. Rice plays so deep now. Yes. Lads, I'm off to bed now. Got work in the morning. Unfortunately, I'm going Chelsea 2-1 win against Man City, says Tiger. All right. Best of luck. Best of luck, Tiger. See you on Tuesday. Well, bench boost this week or next, says Chad. If you have a good bench boost, I would play it this week. If you have a good bench boost. Really want the relegation battle to come down to the final day so it can cause loads of carnage. I feel like you're still going to cause some carnage, but yeah. I think even if West Ham were to lose, if Spurs don't win, it still comes down to the final day. I press the like button. Thank you very much. Should I bench boost now or triple captain? How many free transfers do you have, Ivaner? 2 free transfers. I would bench boost this week, mainly due to the fact that you have triple Crystal Palace, and in 38, I can tell you now, they're probably going to rotate so much, it's going to be crazy. AMZ, welcome. How are you doing? Tavernier for KDH or Endai and Lacroix for Keane or Tarkovsky? I would go Tavernier for. Oh, I probably go Tab for K. I don't mind Tab for Endai. Endai should be on pens as well, I think. So Tab for Endai and Lacroix for Keane, maybe? I mean, KDH is still pretty good. And Lacroix for Keane, probably. Just because I think the money you save on Keane over Tarkovsky could be used for next week. All right, so this is again Hincapi is probably also an issue. 2 free transfers. I think Okafor. I would sell Okafor this week as well as Hincapi, and you can go Hincapi to. How much budget do you have, Ivaner? How much budget do you have? If you have enough money to do Hincapi to a Michael Keane and Okafor to a Saka, for example, I would do that and bench boost. That's probably how I might play it if you have the budget. And then triple captain, we just think of somebody in 38. And then this is Topantine's team. I already transferred Richarlison and Tavernier out for Thiago and Saka for a -4. Wait, Charlison is still here. Wait, Tavernier has gone. Did you sell someone else, Turpentine, instead of Richarlison? Honestly, most of these fixtures are pretty good. Leeds just need to take out Okafor so I can have everyone to play. Yep. Do Hincapié play or do I sell? I probably would sell Hincapié because I think his chances of playing are pretty low. If anything, it's most likely Mosquera to play. Oh, Pedro you sold. Okay. I think it's done. I can't believe I got Trossard this week. You got Trossard this week? My days. Ivaner says has no budget. Have no budget. Rip. So Hincapié is like 5 point something. Michael Keane, who I just bought, was 4.5. That will give you another point 0.5, point 0.6. You have 0 in the bank. Okay, never mind. Okafor is 5.5. How much is Trossard? Trossard is 6.5. Can't afford Trossard. Are you willing to take a hit? Even if you take a hit, who can you bring in for Munoz? Oh, okay. Are you willing to take a hit, Ivaner? Hincapié to Michael Keane, Munoz to De Kuyper, right? And Okafor to. I think then you should have the budget to go Okafor to at least Trossard, potentially. Or even Bruno G is not too bad from Newcastle. Or could also try Sabosla if you really wanted to. But yeah, or what you could do is go for a Mascara instead. But yeah, Skelly or is Trossard? I don't think Trossard is essential. Skelly maybe it's just like again can't predict the minutes in terms of whether he'll start or not. A bit uncertain on that. So I'm a bit skeptical in terms of suggesting Skelly as an option. Same my drafting just on paper like how I'm trying to only lose 9 games all season on draft. Stark safer. I wouldn't go Stark at the moment, mainly due to the fact that Leeds have quite a few injuries. And then this is obviously top on times. O'Reilly, Gabriel, Van Eyck, Verbruggen, Bruno Fernandes, Chucky, Eze, Pascal Gross, Saka, Haaland, Thiago. Pretty strong team. Pretty strong, to be honest. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good top on time. So yeah, I probably sell Hincapié, sell Munoz, and then so sell like maybe Hincapié to Michael Keane, Munoz to De Kuyper, and then based on however much you have in terms of budget, we look to get someone in for Okafor. I can get a 4.1 defender and afford Trossard. So you mean if you get a 4.1 defender, you have exact money for Trossard, or do you still have any leftover room? Like, can you go for a De Kuyper and still afford Trossard? Or it's not possible? Also, if Villa gets scored on, it's always the most obvious player who does. As in, like, you mean like if Villa score or if Liverpool score, you're saying? Have exact for Trossard. So you need a 4.1 defender. Leeds have injury problems. Others I would have told you Leeds defender. If only I knew he was starting. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that Patrick Doku starts. 4.3. Then Euro won't start. How Capitas? 4.2. Probably might have to be Bijol, to be honest, in that specific situation. Um, yeah, I mean, it will probably have to be Bijol. Just because I can't, I'm looking at all the other defenders, and like if you're looking for 4.1 and above, like below, I mean, Diouf is not too bad, but it's against Newcastle, so you don't expect much. You could have Diouf still, but like again, he's good for leads, but this it's just that he won't keep you clean sheet. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it might just have to be like a Bijol or something. Who's the most obnoxious scorer of Liverpool? Mukiele? Wait, Mukiele doesn't play for Liverpool. Exact funds for Trossard. How much is Trossard exactly? Trossard is 6.5. Oh, okay. So that means it's the same as Bruno G then. Oh no, Bruno G is more expensive than Trossard, so you can't even afford Bruno G then. Um, yeah, I probably think it'll have to go like a Bijol or something, to be honest. Dom, how are you doing? Long time no see. And Chad says McAllister. Oh, as in like the most unlikely scorer potentially. Yeah, maybe McAllister. Start two between Hinchelwood, Drewsbury Hall, and Cherky. And also Nishan, welcome. Um, okay, so start two between Hinchelwood, Drewsbury Hall, and Cherky. I would start Hinchelwood, Drewsbury Hall, or Cherky. Drewsbury Hall or Cherky. Ooh, Drewsbury Hall and Cherky is a bit more closer. Based on the fixture, I probably punt it towards Drewsbury Hall at the moment, but Cherky is always capable of an assist at least and plays for the better team. Okay, maybe Cherky, Hinchelwood and Cherky. I don't know. It's very close. I love to start Drewsbury Hall as well, but maybe Hinchelwood and Cherky. Worth the -4 for Endai and Saka. Depends on who you're selling, but yeah, might be. Don't mind Dogu possibility on him to start. Unlikely that he starts. Most likely to come off the bench. Actually, very likely to come off the bench. So you're probably looking at a 1-pointer. If you're lucky, you probably get an attack in return in the minutes he comes off the bench. But I think Bijol might be the better option at the moment. Just don't expect a clean sheet because that is also kind of unlikely given Leeds and their injury issues at the moment. Can't afford Gyökeres. Should I get Saliba? Yeah. Okay. Yes. The Hit King says no hits are worth it at this time of the season. That is true. Having said that, I myself went and just took a -4. Should I do a -4 to get your careers? Who are you selling for this -4? I guess that's the question I have. And then this was Andy's draft team. Damn. How do you end up with these players? You're selling Calvert Lewin to get Gyökeres? Yeah, I don't mind that. I actually don't mind that. Will, did I have a look at your team? I did, right? Will, I think I had a look at Will's team. Love, we did. G, we did. Omara, we did. That's the goals conceded. This is Tigers. Keep that. That's for Turpentine. This is Becky's wildcard. This is Buzz, Andy's Turpentine, Andy's draft team, and this is Ivan's team at the moment. That's why I said, look, yep. Selling Gomez and Palmer for Enda and Saka. Yeah, I'm completely fine with it. How did you end up with these players? Who, me? You mean this team? This is my team. Whose team are you asking? Oh, you mean Andy? How he ends up with these players? This is on draft. This is not FPL. This is on fantasy draft. That's how he's ended up with these players. If you're asking. Gomez and Palmer to Endai and Saka for a -4. That I don't mind, Nishan. I do not mind. What did I say? As in, like, yeah, I was looking at this and like wondering how he ended up with these players, because these to get these players in fantasy draft, it means they were available on the free transfer market, and he's managed to get them before anyone else can get them. Reckon heaven will start? Unlikely again. I think it's probably going to end up being between like Maguire and Martinez potentially. It's not too bad. My team for this week is actually not too bad, to be honest. Eze, Hinchelwood, Casemiro. Yeah, actually, I'm actually pretty happy with the team for once. Ryan, you sold Gakpo. I did sell Gakpo. I think I sold him a long time ago. I think. Thanks, boss man. Dropped to 52k from 39k. Really want to get back in the top 50. Ooh, still not too far, to be honest. 2k difference. That's like a point or 2 points at best. How did you end? Oh, okay. That was funny, but in awesome way. Every time I see Andy's team, I'm like, how did he end up with these players with like everyone else not going there and getting? So much so that I went and did a Jaden Anthony transfer 1 week earlier than usual, just so that Andy won't get Jaden Anthony on the final day. Thanks for subscribing, Nisha. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Anyone available on the draft market? I don't even know, to be honest. Everyone's taken. Let's actually have a look. Brighton, who is available? Yeah, nothing. Brentford? Nope. Arsenal? I mean, Mosquera is available. I could probably sign Mosquera, to be honest. Who do I bench? Poro? Which means I would probably be benching certain Harry Maguire, who I actually don't mind keeping. But Mosquera should probably play. Maybe let's do that. And I can start Mosquera over Anton Stark. Let's do something like that. Play a back four. Was there any words news? Recovering from illness is what we heard recently. So again, like if I was to go to, where is Liverpool? Words still affected by stomach bug. Yeah, there you go. So I would probably sell if you have him. That's what I do for the week after mostly. In one of my draft leave, I was surprised no one owns Bruno G. Oh damn. Really? Crazy that no one has him as well. This one, everyone has taken all the good players. It's not easy to find good players. Everton. I already have Michael Keane. Yeah. Any Man United players? I mean, No one at the moment. Newcastle, I already went and had Osula, so I'm happy with that. Otherwise, nothing else. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with this team. Um, this draft league is go some brilliant FPL players. I mean, yeah, I mean, there are some good options. Uh, all right, we have 23 minutes. Yeah, 23 minutes to go, people. So please do make sure that you've locked your teams, and then we will be down to one more game week. Du- 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 du. Panic One, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. How are things going? Du- 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 du. And then Leo, welcome as well. How are you doing? Start Rice or Wilson? I probably lean towards Declan Rice with the Burnley fixture. Wilson has been off form recently, even though he has the Wolf fixture. Like his form hasn't been that great. Is Trossard a good differential captain? Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind him as a. Is he a good differential captain? He's an okay differential captain. He's an okay different. I think there are slightly still a few better. I think Bruno, Saka, and Gyökeres are still slightly better. Even Haaland potentially slightly better. But if Trossard does really well, you might get some decent rank in. If I go all season without losing 10 games, that's good. Look who I'm up against. That's true. Torn about who to bench between DCL, Enzo, Pascal Gross, and Semenyo. I would lean between DCL and Enzo as things stand. Even Pascal Gross, I don't mind too much, but probably DCL and Enzo at the moment. Chad says Rice. Yeah, probably go Rice. What if Haaland surprises this week? As in, like scoring a hat trick or not? Or like another 2-pointer? Where are we? If he scores a hat trick, he scores a hat trick. I don't think his EO will be as high as it. Like his EO is not going to be 200 plus. I don't think his EO will be 100 plus even. It might all drop because I think a lot of people will be captaining Arsenal players this week. So I think that'll be a good spread of captaincies this week. That if anything, it's probably like they'll be slightly above 100. Like Bruno and Haaland might be slightly above 100, but I don't think it'll be as high enough where them scoring a goal will result in a significant rank drop. Vicky, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Long time. Yes, indeed. Watching you from Israel. Lots of love. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well and hope you're keeping safe. Enzo only scores when I bench him, sadly. Yorker is decent for captain as I don't have Saka. Enzo only scores. Yeah, I've given up on Enzo. Uh, yeah, if you don't have Saka, I don't mind Yorker as captain. Good luck, everyone. Yes, indeed. Good luck to you all. We have 19 minutes more. And then I'm off to bed. And I'll get up and see whether Aston Villa beat Liverpool or Liverpool beat Aston Villa. Pickford, Henderson, Saliba, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Hill, Mavropanos, Wilson, Palmer, Damsgaard, Doku, Bruno Fernandes, Robbie, Bowen, Joe Pedro. Who should I start? Don't have any free transfers anymore. I would start Pickford. I'll start Saliba, Gabriel, and O'Reilly. I'd start Bruno Fernandes. I would start Doku. Probably start Wilson and Palmer as well. And then I'll probably start Bowen and Joe Pedro. Bobby or start Hill. Would also play Mavropanos, to be honest. I don't mind playing Mavropanos this week if you wanted to. Newcastle set pieces will be very interesting. Yeah, I don't mind playing Mavropanos if you wanted to. I can't give up on Enzo as a Chelsea fan. Fair. That's true. I mean, it's against Spurs. What do you think? How do you feel against Spurs? Might be a pretty decent fixture, right? Can you flip a real coin for me, Ryan? Saka, Gabriel, you want a real coin? Oh, okay. I will collect my collection. This is all these travel coins. All right. We have what is this? I think this is a yen. All right. I have 100 yen coin. So that's a heads. And then the 100 here that you can see is basically the tails. Now, do you really want me to flip a real coin? 100 tails and then heads. So do you want me to flip this real coin or do you want me to flip a digital coin? So 100 yen coin. Saka or Gabriel, Cap, and Rogers will be free next week in draft. Right? I don't want him next week. Doesn't matter how shit we are, we end up with his first. Fair enough. All right. So what's your heads and what's your tails, Andy? What is heads and what is tails? Maybe I should switch it to this camera. Aha. Yeah, here you go. 100 yen coin. Oh, no, the head is upside down. The head. Up to you. All right. So Saka for heads and Gabriel for tails. So once again, heads, tails. All right. Saka for heads and Gabriel for tails. All of you can see this. I will flip again after I find the coin. Damn, I lost the coin. It's somewhere here. All right, give me a second. Where did this coin disappear to? Ah, found it. I don't know where the coin went. I'll have to search for it later, but I have another coin. So we'll just get the other coin. We're back with the 100 yen. Oh, my days. Comedy section. Yes, this is a comedy section. All right. Hopefully, I don't lose the coin this time. All right. Turns out I can do Saka and Yokeres for Palmer and Joe Pedro, so tempted. Ooh, that's actually interesting. But when you flipped it, it'll be heads. I don't know. We'll see. Edwin, how are you doing? I need help Haven't looked at my team since last game week. I'm ranked 36. Please have a look. Okay, I'll load your team up. But you might have to hold on until I do this coin flip, and hopefully I don't lose this coin as well. 36 for Edwin. Rotation risks though for the final game. For Arsenal players or Chelsea players? I mean, there is rotation risk for Arsenal players. Yes, that again depends on league state as well. If City drop points against Bournemouth, then it's all over. Is that Luffy poster behind you? Just realized now you're a One Piece fan. Yes, that is a Luffy poster. This is the, as you can see, the One Piece ship. Here's the Going Mary. Here's the Thousand Sunny, and that's Monkey D. Luffy. And as you can see on the top, is a puzzle. It was a black and white puzzle though. And here's a Wano. It's like I don't know what it was called, but anyways, quick. Okay, coin flip. There we go. And it is going to be heads. It is heads. Heads for Saka. There we go. All right, heads for Saka. That switches me back to all right, Edwin. I've got your team up. Triple captain, 82 points. Well played, well played. How many free transfers do you have? Can you let me know how many free transfers? I would start Saliba. So Gabriel, O'Reilly, Saliba as your back three. Start Verbruggen, Bruno Fernandes, Cherki. Start Thiago, start Welbeck, start Haaland. So play a 3-striker formation, which means 4 midfielders. Bruno Fernandes to Cherki. Sell freaking Morgan Rogers. You can sell Morgan Rogers to Saka, I think, if you have the funds. Can you do Rogers to Saka? And then up to you in terms of what you want to do with Ismail Sarr. You can't sell Morgan Rogers to Saka. But you can sell Ismail Sarr down, can't you? How much are you short? Bruno Jimenez? Are you 0.7 short of getting Saka? Because we can downgrade Ismail Sarr. We can downgrade Ismail Sarr to like a Iliman Ndiaye, for example, or even a Drewsbury Hall from Everton. Or you could sell Munoz to a Michael Keane and play a back four of Michael Keane, O'Reilly, Gabriel, and Saliba. And then that way you have the Rogers to Saka cash potentially. Mike 1.9. Oh, 1.9 is a lot. I don't think 1.9 will get you from. I don't think Michael Keane will get you 1.9, sadly. So you 1.9 to free up. Oh, Rio? You could do Rio. The only thing is, I don't know. I mean, he probably might start. I don't know how many minutes. It's definitely a punt if you're going to go Rio. I guess it's probably worth a punt. You could potentially go for Trossard. Yeah, you can go Trossard as well, to be honest. You could do Trossard and Bruno Jimenez instead. Where's your team again? So you could do Trossard and Bruno Jimenez as another option instead of getting Saka. But again, depends on your captaincy. It depends on if you wanted to go and captain Saka, that is. 4.4 is my budget. Okay, and who to bench then? Well, in that case, you would be benching. You were playing a 3-4-3, right? You'd bench both the Crystal Palace defenders. Peter, welcome. How are you doing? Bench Bowen or Harry Wilson? Oh my days. Based off fixture, I would have to say Bowen, just because it's a harder fixture compared to Harry Wilson. But Fulham have been so poor. Mm, based off fixture, I probably would bench Harry Wilson. I mean, bench Bowen. But yeah, what are you leaning towards, Peter? What are you what are you, like? Who do you prefer to have starting? I like Saka and Rio. Who do you bench? Yeah, so play a 3-4-3 formation with Gabriel, O'Reilly, and Saliba starting. Bench the double Palace defense. Play the midfield four because Okafor is injured anyways, and then play Thiago, Welbeck, and Haaland. So you'd probably play Rio over the Crystal Palace defenders. Sa needs to be benched. Well, isn't he selling Sa? Wait, did you sell Sa or did you sell Okafor? Edwin, who did you sell? Sa or Okafor? Selling Sa. Yeah. Okay. So they are 3-4-3. Um, all right, 8 minutes left. 8 minutes. Top man, thanks. You are welcome. No worries. Hopefully, top 100k. Insights, top 100k. Hopefully. That looks a very nice team now. Yep, indeed. Indeed. All right. How's everyone going? Peter, any questions? I don't know where my other 100 yen coin disappeared. Might have rolled somewhere that I might have lost it. Vicky, who as in Turkey, or is there a question with regards to Turkey? Start Dalo or Verbruggen. Mainly because Leeds have a few injuries in defense at the moment. So I wouldn't trust them to keep a clean sheet at the moment. So I'd probably start Verbruggen. Need you help me with my cup fantasy, Ryan? I got so confused for World Cup. Oh, for World Cup. Well, World Cup fantasy hasn't started yet, right? Or at least we don't know if there's going to be a World Cup fantasy. We have to wait and see. Gross out for Casemiro. Oh, that is exactly what I did. So I'm not going to stop you from doing it if you wanted to do it. So yeah, if you wanted to do it, I'm not going to stop you from doing it. Because that's the move I did, and I did it for a hit. When it does knockout confuse me. Okay, I will let you know. Yeah, don't worry. I'll try and explain it to my best of ability in terms of the chips and everything. We'll see what it comes out with. But yeah. Usually I tend to do better in these like tournament style FPL like fantasy games. Man, I need all the -4 hitters support now. But did you also take a -4, Nishan? Oh yeah, you did. -4 for Saka and Yoker is what you did. Fair enough. Welcome to the club. All right. 5 minutes more. You go safe picks. Yeah. So usually what I do is I try to predict who will go further and further into the tournament, and based on that, I tend to do picks, because then when you get like if your prediction game is spot on, then you end up with more players that qualify to the next rounds of the tournaments. So as long as you are able to predict who continues to progress, then you should be in a pretty decent spot. Bench Jerky, cheers and good luck to everyone. Best of luck, Nehal. Keep in mind you might have some bench points, but eh, just got to accept it at this point. Good strategy that. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. You just have to predict who's gonna like go to the next round. Uh, 4 minutes left. Yes, indeed. 4 minutes left. Bruno to Enzo. What do you think? Bruno, as in Bruno Fernandez to Enzo? No, 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 no. Even if it's Bruno Jimenez to Enzo, no. If you mean the other way, yes. Should have found your channel much sooner. Ah, FPL and One Piece fan. Yes, indeed. FPL One Piece fan. Actually, FPL and just an anime in general fan. I do have like some. I'll show you here. Let me try and show you. It's a bit messy, but as you can see there is oh, too much. There's a Naruto puzzle, as you can see on the corner. Just behind that, there's some Funko Pops, and that over there is an Attack on Titan poster, which used to be right here behind me. If you go and check some of the older videos, you'll actually notice the Attack on Titan poster. That was the first poster I got. Then I went and got this from when I was in Japan, when I bought it from the jump shop. Sunil, welcome. Captain Bruno or Gabriel Nosaka? In that case, I probably go Bruno Fernandes. In that case, just because attacker Bruno Fernandes, if he's going to break the assist record, you could probably look at a double digit potentially if he gets a return with bonus points. In draft, I book my transfer in and I wait to see if I get them. Yeah, that's because you have to, right? Because then it goes into like the whole league order and everything. Looks insane. Thank you, thank you. I still need to work on my ship. It basically like I had to like build it and like paint it and everything. So if I need a defender out, I pick 4 defenders in order. Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. Yeah, draft and cup F fantasy games are completely different. All right. We have 1 minute more. Please lock your teams. Make sure you've locked your teams. Set your captaincies. The governments here are not making the World Cup exciting at all. Ooh, why is that? What do you mean by not making the World Cup exciting at all? I don't like Welbeck Ryan at all. I know. But I'm telling you, I'm going to start him against Man United as well. He just happens to score against us for some reason. It is what it is, it is what it is. What do you mean governments are not making the World Cup exciting? I find it like, I feel like this year's World Cup, I don't know. Generally, the excitement hasn't been fully there yet. It just might be because like everything is expensive at the World Cup as well. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think once it gets closer to the tournament, we might get a bit more into it potentially. As long as there's no drama from Infantino, I think we might potentially get into it. All right. That is the deadline. I'm in Canada and they called us poor because we can't go to games instead. I saw, was it you who posted it, Nihal? I saw someone post the opening. The price for the tickets for the opening fixture of Canada's games, I was surprised. Four figures for a ticket, bro. 4 figures for a ticket must be crazy. I ain't paying 4 figures for a ticket. I'll pay 3 figures for a ticket. Okay, because it's a World Cup, I'll pay 3 figures for a ticket. 4 figures, I will not pay for a ticket. I'll just watch at home. That's insane. 6K for a ticket. Yeah, no. Hell no. Transportation to the stadium here is $99. Damn. The one good thing I like here in Australia is when they have games, like any big games, transportation is covered free of charge if you take public transport. If you take public transport and if you have a ticket to the game, it's covered free of charge. That's the one good thing I kind of do like here in terms of it. And I don't think if they were to have a World Cup here, I highly doubt there will be 4-digit tickets, to be honest. I feel like the public here will just protest and shit on the government so much that they will have to reduce the prices of tickets. Uh, I live right across the street from the stadium. Damn. To and fro the stadium is $200. Damn. So expensive. That's insane. That's like a price of what a ticket should be. Nishan says, "Have a good game week. Have a good game week. Thank you so much." They do it here too, but FIFA wants it to be capitalist tournament. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the problem. Are you in New York or New Jersey? Says Turpentine. I mean, it says Neha. 200 is insane. That's very expensive. For the US, I don't know why. I feel like all your sports are kind of expensive. Is that the case? Feels like it's kind of like this thing. But yeah, this World Cup is way too expensive. I saw okay, before we end, I saw they released shirts for each of the cities that are hosting it, and the shirts cost like $500 or something for the city. That's insane prices. Is way the city shirts were way more expensive than an actual. I can go and purchase an actual World Cup authentic jersey, right? Not the replica jerseys, but an actual authentic jersey for even more cheaper than that. Messi was here, and the tickets at the highest price was $800 to $1,000. Damn. New Jersey, by top and ten. Yeah. My friend from Luton, a DJ for some big nightclubs. Now he's a ranger in Oz. Met him in Greece, working two completely different lives. Damn. We are back park ranger. Oh, interesting. I work by MetLife Stadium. I see the stadium every day, and I can't believe it's gonna become heaven when the tournament starts. Well, as long as you enjoy it, it'll be pretty good. Susan Richard and Judy sure to get a market makeover too. Oh, I haven't seen many years ago. Ah, fair enough. Well, we'll see when the World Cup comes. Will be very interesting. Definitely gonna enjoy it. All right, we'll end it here for today. Thank you for the conversation, everyone. Best of luck to you all. Shout out to everyone who was watching and also subscribers, new subscribers. Thank you as well. Nishan, thank you for subscribing as well. And I will see you all on Tuesday for team selection stream at 9 p.m. Sydney time, which is like, I don't know, I forgot what time it's in the UK, 11 something or something. But yeah, the usual time for team selection stream on Tuesday. The stream anyway will be scheduled way earlier, so you can see it in your time zone as well. So yeah, Tuesday team selection. We might do a watch along for these two games. Potentially, it is so early in the morning that it will only happen depending on what happens in these two games. So we'll see. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good one. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you all on Tuesday. He was. I used to live in New Jersey for 7 years. Lived in Harrison, close to the Red Bull Stadium, and worked at Ridgefield Park. Ooh. I support African teams in the World Cup as if they win, or it means the world to more. Fair enough. Nice. I think I think there might be a few African teams that actually do well this tournament just because of the heat and everything. I wouldn't count out some of the African teams to do pretty well in this World Cup, to be honest. Um. All right. Let's end it there. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one. Best of luck for the game week. And I hope your arrows are green. Peace out, everyone. Thank you.